Well, we kind of got to talking about a few other things. Now, I'll go hitch up the wagon now. You say it's all right. See what we bring in, Eller?
Hi, Bill.
Hi, Eller.
How you doing at the fair? You do any good in that steer roping?
I did pretty good. I won it. Good boy. I always knew you would.
Ain't nobody can sling a rope like our territory boys.
Can't stay but a minute, Ed Eller. Got to get over to Addo-Inn. I got $50.
$50? That what they give you for prize money?
That's what.
Land, if Andy's pa keeps his promise, we'll be dancing at your wedding.
If he don't keep his promise, I'll take her right from under his nose, and I won't give him the presents I brung for him. Look, fellas, what I got for Addo-Inn and Paul. Here's this, Aunt Eller. You put it up to your eye like this, and when you get a good look, you turn it around at the top, and the picture changes. Whoa, B-side get it. They call it the Little Wonder.
Silly goats. Well, that's it. I'd be ashamed for yourself. You too. Now, how do you turn the thing to see the other picture? Wait, I'm getting it. I'm a good man to tell Annie on.
Please don't, Aunt Eller. She wouldn't understand.
No telling what you've been up to. Bet you carried on plenty in Kansas City.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call it carrying on, but I sure did see some things I've never seen before. I got to Kansas City on a Friday. By Saturday I learned a thing or two. For up to then I didn't have an idea of what the modern world was coming to. I counted 20 gas buggies coming by the cell. Almost every time I took a walk. Then I put my ear to a bell telephone, and a strange woman started in to talk.
What next?
Yeah, what next? Gather me round. Everything's up to date in Kansas City. They've gone about as far as they can go. They went and built a skyscraper 7 stories high, about as high as a building on a crow. Everything's like a dream in Kansas City, better than a magic lantern show. You turn the radiator on whenever you want to meet, with every kind of comfort, every house is all complete. Come on, breeze in the rain and never wet your feet. They've gone about as far as they can go. Yes, sir, they've gone about as far as they can go. Everything's up to date in Kansas City. They've gone about as far as they can go. Yeah, they built a big theater that they call it Burlington. For 50 cents you can see a Disney show. One of the gals was fat and pink and pretty. As round above her she was round below. I swear that she was fat and from her shoulders to her heels. But later in the second act when she began to lose, she proved that everything she had was absolutely real. She went about as far as she could go. Yes, sir. She went about as far as she could go. Team's all hitched. Hello, girlie. Can't stop to talk. Going over to Addo-Inn. I got $50.
Time we got going, boys. Thanks for loaning the wagon, Ed Eller. Come on, Curly.
I'll catch up with you. You know, I got to know something. Who's the low-down filthy sneak that Laura's got her cat set for?
You?
Never mind that. I'm sure there's plenty of fellas who are trying to spark her, and she surely leads to one of them now, don't she?
Well, there is that fine farmer, Jess Hutchins, just this side of Monella. Then that old winterman at Claremore. Makes out he's a doctor or veterinary.
That's what I thought. Hello, Judd.
Hello, yourself.
Then, of course, there's someone near home that's got her on his mind most of the time so they don't know a plow Peddler man's gonna take me to the box social snack. I got it sort of a tasty lunch.
Atta Lanny, have you took up with that peddler man?
No, not yet.
But you're promised to Will Parker, ain't you?
Not what you might say, promise. I just told him maybe.
Don't you like him no more?
Of course I do. There will never be nobody like Will.
Then what about this peddler man?
There will never be nobody like him neither.
Well, which one do you like the best?
Whichever one I'm with.
Well, you are silly.
Now, Miss Glory. You know that up until this year, didn't nobody pay me no mind, kind of I was scrawny and flat as a beanpole. Then I kind of rounded up a bit, and now the boys act different to me.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with it. I like it. I like it so much when a fella talks pretty to me, gets me all shaky from horn to hoof. Don't it you?
I can't
downstairs. Upstairs just might be paradise.
I thought it was just bedrooms.
For you and me, baby, paradise.
You see, Allie, I knew I was right and Lori was wrong. You do want to marry me, don't you?
I don't any. What did you say?
I said you do want to marry me, don't you?
I
What
didn't
did you
say. I didn't say nothing.
Whoa, Susanna. Edwin, I'm back.
Oh, what? Hello, Will? Well, that's Will Parker. You promised me you won't fight.
One fight. I never saw the man before. I only fight with my friends.
Edwin, honey bunch. I'm the sweetest little lovely sugar in the territory.
Will, this is Allie Allie Hakem.
How are you, hey? Don't mind the way I talk. It's all right. I'm gonna marry her.
Marry her on purpose?
Well, sure.
No such a thing.
It's a wonderful thing to be married.
Allie.
I got a brother in Persia. He's got 6 wives.
Six wives all at once.
Sure.
That's the way they do it in them countries.
Not always. I've got another brother in Persia. He's got only 1 wife. He's a bachelor.
Look, Will.
Look, well, nothing. Know what I got for first prize at the fair? $50.
That's all right and all, but $50?
Yep. Your pa promised I could marry if I got $50.
That's right, you did.
Know what I done with it? Spend it all on presents for you.
If you spend it all on presents, then you don't have the cash.
What I got's worth more than cash. Fellow who sold me stuff told me so.
But Will.
Stop saying but will. And when do I get a little kiss? Oh, Edwin, you ain't been off my mind since I left. All the time at the fairgrounds even. When I was chasing the steers, I'd rope one under the hoof, pull him up sharp, he'd lay down his little rump, then I'd think of you.
Don't start talking pretty, Will.
Seen a lot of beautiful gals in Kansas City. Didn't give one a look though.
Oh, how'd you see him if you didn't give him a look?
I mean, I didn't look loving at him, like I look at you.
Oh, Will, please don't look at me that way. I can't bear it.
Stop looking like this till you give me a little old kiss.
A little kiss.
Well, nothing, less for you.
Oh, you do make up pretty things to say. No, I won't.
Oh, did I say that you're looking like cherries, or was it your berries? What you gonna do? Till my heart palpitating and I'm bumping, waiting for something nice to do. I gotta get a kiss and it's gotta be quick, or John will break and die. What's a girl to say when you talk that way?
Curly! Better take the wagon down to the trough and get the team some water.
Right away, Ellen.
Can I come too? Just love to watch the way you handle horses.
It's about all I can handle, I guess.
Oh, I can't believe that, Curly. Not from what I heard about you. Look like Curly's tuck up with that Cummins girl.
He wants to hold you to your promise.
Well, that's too bad. Still and all, I can't go back on my word.
See, Allie Hakem?
Now, I advise you to get that money off of him before he goes and spends it on something. Put it inside your stocking or your corset where he can't get at it. Or can he?
But, Pa, he ain't exactly kept it all. He spent it on presents.
Well, see? What'd I tell you? It had to be $50 cash. Now he can't have you.
But Mr. Carnes, is that fair?
Now, who the hell are you?
This is Allie Hakem.
Well, I advise you to keep your mouth shut, or I'll fill your behind so...
my business up here at the house. Thought I'd pay a call. You got a gun, I see.
Good. Go 45.
What do you do with it?
Shoot things.
Oh. That there picture. That's a naked woman, ain't it?
Your eyes don't lie to you.
No, she ain't. Got a couple finger bobs tied onto her.
Shucks. Ain't nothing wrong.
Idea is that woman.
That's a dinger, that is.
Yeah, that sure is dinger. Nice rope you got here, Judd. Spins nice. You know Will Parker? He can sure spin a rope. A strong hook you got there. You could hang yourself on that, Judd.
I could what?
Hang yourself. Might be as easy as falling off a log or a chair if you'd rather. Right about here, see? Put this here around your neck. Tie that good up there first, of course. Then all you'd have to do would be to fall off the log, or the chair if you'd rather. And then in 5 minutes, with good luck, you'd be as dead as a doornail.
What do you mean by that?
Well, then folks would come to your funeral and sing sad songs.
Yeah.
They would. You never know how many people like you until you're dead. You'd probably be out in the parlor, all decked out in your best suit, with your hair combed down slick and a high starch collar.
Would there be any flowers, do you think?
Sure would. Palms, too, all around your coffin. And the folks would stand around, and the men would bare their heads, and the women would sniffle softly. Why, some would probably faint. At least the ones that had took a shine to you when you was alive.
What woman took a shine to me?
Lots of women. Only they don't never let on how they feel, less than you die first.
I guess that's so.
They sure would sing, though, when the singing started. Sing like their hearts had prayed. Poor Judd is dead. Poor Judd Fry is dead. All gather around his coffin now and cry. He had a heart of gold, and he wasn't very old. Oh, why did such a feller have to die? Poor Judd is dead. Poor Judd Fry is dead. He's looking oh so peaceful and serene. And serene. He's all laid out to rest, with his hands across his chest. His fingernails have never been so clean. And the preacher'd get up and he'd say, "Folks, we are gathered here to moan and groan over our brother Judd Fry. Hung himself up by a rope in the smokehouse." And there'd be weeping and wailing from some of those women. And he'd say, "Mean, ugly feller," and they called him a dirty skunk and an ornery pig stealer. But the folks that really knowed him, knowed it beneath them 2 dirty shirts he always wore. There beat a heart as big as all outdoors. As big as all outdoors. Judd Fry loved his fellow man. He loved his fellow man. He loved the birds of the forest and the beasts of the field. He loved the mice and the vermin in the barn. And he treated the rats like equals, which was right. And he loved children. He loved everybody and everything. Only he never let on to it, so nobody ever known it. Poor Judd is dead. Poor Judd Fry is dead. His friends'll weep and wail for miles around. Miles around. The daisies in the dell will give out a different smell, because poor Judd is underneath the ground. Poor Judd is dead, a candle lights his head. He's laying in a coffin made of wood. And folks are feeling sad, 'cause they used to treat him bad. But now they know their friend has gone for nice. He looks like he's asleep. It's a shame that he won't keep. But it's summer and we're running out of ice. Yes, sir, that's the way it'd be. Sure be an interesting funeral. Wouldn't like to miss it.
Wouldn't like to miss it, eh? Well, maybe you will. Maybe you'll go first.
Maybe. Now let's see. Where'd you work before you come around here? Up by Quapaw, wasn't it?
Yeah. And before that, over by Tulsa. Lousy they was to me. Both of them. Always making out they was better. Always treating me like dirt.
So, what'd you do? Get even?
Who said anything about getting even?
Nobody that I recollect. Just coming to my head.
But if it ever did come to getting even with anybody, I'd know how to do it.
That?
Yeah, there's safer ways than that, if you use your head. Remember that fire on the Bartlett farm, over by Sweetwater?
I sure do. About 5 years ago. Terrible accident. Killed the mother, the father, and the daughter.
That weren't no accident. It was a hired hand. He was stuck in the Bartlett girl, a fire in the hayloft with another fella.
And it was him that burned the place?
Took him weeks to get all the kerosene. Buying it at different times. Fella who told me made out like it happened in Missouri. But I knowed all along it was the Bartlett farm. What a lie he was.
And a kind of a murderer too, wasn't he? Get a little air in here.
You ain't told me what business you had here yet. We ain't got no cattle, nor no cow ponies. And the oat crops done spoke for her.
Well, you done relieved my mind considerable.
There's only one other thing you could want. And it better not be that.
Well, that's just what it is.
Better not be. You hear?
You know, somebody ought to tell Lori once about you. And for that matter, somebody ought to tell you once about yourself.
You better get out of here, Curly.
You know, a fellow wouldn't feel very safe in here if he didn't know you. But I know you, Judd. In this country, there's two things you can do if you're a man. One is to live out of doors, and the other is to live in a hole. Now, I've set out with my horse in the brush some areas and heard a rattlesnake a many a time. A rattle, rattle, rattle he'd go, scared to death. Somebody coming close to his hole. Somebody gonna step on him. Boy, he'd get his old things ready, full of poison. Curl up and wait. As long as you live in a hole, you're scared. You got to have protection. Oh, you can have muscles like iron, but still be as weak as an empty bladder unless you got something to barb your hide with. Now, how'd you get to be the way you are anyway? Sit here in this hole and thinking the way you're thinking. Why don't you do something healthy once in a while instead of saying, shut up here, crawling and festering? Well, you ought to feel better now. Hard on the roof, though. I wish you'd let me show you something. There's a knot hole over there about as big as a dime. See it a-winking? I just want to see if I can hit it. Ah, bullet right through the hole, without touching. After I knowed I could do it. And you seen me too, didn't you? Somebody's coming, I expect.
Open this door! Who fired off a gun? Was that you, Curly? Don't just sit there, you lummet. Answer me.
Well, I shot once.
Well, what was you shooting at?
See that knot hole over there?
I see a lot of knot holes.
Well, it was one of them.
Well, ain't you a pair of purty-nothings a picking away at knot holes and scaring everybody to death? Ought to give you a good Dutch rub and iron some of the craziness out of you. It's all right, just a pair of fools swapping noises.
Mind if I visit with you gents for a while? It's good to get away from the women folk. Now Now that we're alone, I got a few private knickknacks to show you, special for the men folk.
I'll see you two gentlemen later. I gotta get a Surrey I hired for tonight.
Art postcards?
Who do you think you're taking that Surrey?
Ain't other. And Lori, she'll come with me.
She won't.
Maybe she will.
She better not. She promised she'd go with me. And she better not break her promise.
Now, I'd like to show you these straight from Paris.
Don't want none of them. Got any frog stickers?
You mean one of them long knives? What would you want with one of them for?
I don't know. Kill a hog or a skunk. It's all the same, ain't it? But I'll tell you what I'd like better than a frog sticker, if you got one. It's something you call a little wonder. It's something you see pictures through. Oh yeah, ain't all there is to it. Not quite. You see, it's got this little chitta on the end of it. And you touch that, and out comes a sharp blade.
On a spring, eh?
Yeah. You say to a fella, look through this. Then, when he's looking, you touch that lever, and out springs a sharp blade. It's right above his chest. And then, bang! Down you come.
A good joke to play on a friend. I don't handle things like that. They're too dangerous. But I'd like to show you my new stock of picture postcards.
Don't want none of them. Gotta get me a real woman.
What would you want with a real woman? They always make trouble. Well, I'm having trouble right now, all on account of a woman. And you say you want one? Why, look at you. You're a man that's free to come and go as you please. Nice, cozy little place, artistic pictures on the wall. They don't talk back to you.
I made up my mind.
So you want a real woman? Say, do you know a girl named Addo Annie?
I don't want her.
Neither do I, but I got her.
Don't want nothing from no peddler. Want real things. What am I doing like that feller says? Shut up here, crawling and festering. What am I doing in this lousy smokehouse? The floor creaks. The door squeaks. There's a field mouse nibbling on a broom. And I sat by myself like a cobweb on a shelf, by myself in a lonely room. But when there's a moon in my window, and it slants down a beam across my bed, then the shadow of a tree starts a-dancing on the wall, and a dream starts a-dancing in my head. And all the things that I wish for turn out like I want them to be. And I'm better than that smart Alec Cowhan, who thinks he's better than me. And the girl that I want ain't afraid of my arms, and her own soft arms keep me warm. And her long yellow hair falls across my face, just like the rain in a storm. The floor creaks, the door squeaks, and the field mouse starts a-nibbling on the broom. And the sun flicks my eyes. It was all a pack of lies. I'm awake in a lonely room. I ain't gonna think about her arms no more. I ain't gonna leave her alone. Going outside, get myself a bride, get me a woman to call my own.
Nah.
Come on.
6 bits.
6 bits ain't enough for a lunch like Ada Winnie can make. Let's hear $1. What about you, Mike? You won her last year.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, Adeline, you got that same sweet potato pie like last year?
You bet. Same old sweet potato pie, Mike. What do you say?
Say you gave me a 3-day bellyache.
Never mind about that. Who bids $1?
Big.
I can't. Mine's the last bid. I got it for 6 bits.
Bid $1.
90 cents.
96. Get rich. Now the desk for the schoolhouse. Do I hear any more?
You're $50.
Hey!
$50? Nobody ever bid $50 before. Nobody ever bid 10.
But he ain't got $50.
Oh, yes, I have. And if you're a man of honor, you'll say Ada Winnie belongs to me, like you said you would.
But where's your money at?
Right here in my hand.
Well, that ain't yours. You just bid it to the schoolhouse, didn't you? Well, I gotta say, the peddler still gets my daughter's hand.
That ain't fair.
Going for $50. Going?
Here, $51.
You crazy?
Wait, if I don't bid anymore, I can keep my money, can't I? And I still got $50, don't I? This is mine.
You feeble-minded shag poke.
Going, going, gone. $51. That means Ada Winnie will get the prize, I guess.
I get Ada Winnie.
And what are you getting for $51?
A 3-day bellyache.
Now here's my niece's hamper. I took a peek inside a while ago, and I must say it looks mighty tasty. What about yours, gents?
2 bids.
4.
What about you, Slim? 6?
I bid $1.
More like it. Do I hear 2?
$1.25. $2.
$2.50.
$3 and 2 bids.
$3 and 4 bids.
$4 and 2 bids.
$4 and 2 bits. Am I going to hear any more? Got a bid of 4 1/4 from Judge Fry.
4 and a half.
4 1/2, going for 4 1/2.
4.75.
$4.75. Come on, gentlemen. Schoolhouse ain't built yet. Gotta get it nice and chimney.
$5.
$5 going.
2 bids.
Too rich for my blood. Can't afford no more.
$5 and 2 bits. Ain't got nearly enough yet. Not for cold duck with stuffing, not lemon meringue pie.
$6.
$6 going.
2 bids.
My, you're stubborn, Judd. Mr. Carnes is a richer man than you. And I know he likes custard with raspberry syrup. Am I going to hear any more?
No. They all dropped out. Can't you see?
You got enough, man, Ella.
Let's get on. Here's some money.
Hold on, you. I ain't said going, going, gone yet.
Well, say it.
Going to Judd Fry for $6, 2 bits. Going.
Who'd you say was getting large?
Judd Fry,
And for how much?
6 1/4.
I don't figure that's quite enough, do you?
It's more than you got.
Got a saddle here cost me $30.
You can't fit saddles. Got it in cash.
Well, $30 saddle must be worth something to somebody.
I'll give you 10.
Don't be a fool, boy. You can't earn a living without the saddle.
Got cash?
I got it in my pocket.
Don't let's waste time. How high you going?
I knew. No matter what.
Hey, Ellen, I'm bidding all this $10 Joe just gave me.
$10 going, going.
$10 and 2 bids.
Curly,
Most you boys know my horse, Dunn. She's a nice horse, gentle and well broken.
Don't sell Dunn, Curly. It ain't worth it.
I'll give you 25 for her.
I'll settle up to you. That makes my bid $35, ain't Ellen?
Curly, you're crazy. But it's all for the schoolhouse, ain't it? All for educating and learning. Going for $35. Going,
Hold
going.
on. I ain't finished bidding yet. You just put up everything you got in the world, didn't you? Can't bid the clothes off your back. Because they ain't worth nothing. Can't bid your gun. Because you need that. Yes, sir. You need that bad. So, Aunt Eller, I guess I'm just as reckless as Curly McLean. Just as used to getting what I want. Gonna bid all the money I've got in the world. All I saved for 2 long years. Doing farm work. All for Lori. Here it is. $42.31.
Anybody want to buy a gun? You, Joe? Bought a brand new last Thanksgiving. Worth a lot.
Curly, please don't sell your gun.
Give you $18 for it. So. That makes my bid $53, Aunt Ella. Anybody going any higher?
Gone, gone, gone! What's the matter with you folks? Ain't nobody gonna cheer or nothing?
That's the idea. The farmer and the cowman should be friends. You lost the bidding, but the bidding was fair. Come on, cowman, shake the farmer's hand.
Sure. I'll shake hands. No hard feelings, Kurt.
That's better.
Say, Curly, I want to show you something. Excuse us, Lori. You ever see one of these things?
Now, just what is that?
Oh, it's something special. You just put up your eye like this, see?
Curly, what are you doing?
Doing? Nothing much. What you want to squeal at a fella like that for?
Well, what's the matter with you? Ain't you gonna ask me to dance or nothing? You brought me to the party, didn't you?
Well, I think you're crazy, woman. I'll dance with you. Dance all over the meadow if you want.
Pick out, band out a piece, Sam.
Late for the party.
You didn't want to be with me 1 minute more than you had to by yourself.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm with you by myself right now, ain't I?
You wouldn't have been. Not if you could have got out of it. More than just stay shut up in your room all the time and won't get out. Now you sit out in Aunt Ella's sight and won't leave it. Last time I saw you alone, it was winter. The snow 6 inches deep in the drifts. And me sick. You brought me that hot soup back to the smokehouse. And felt my head to see if I had any fever. I hadn't shaved in 2 days.
I remember.
Do you? Bet you don't remember as much as me. I remember everything you ever done. Every word you ever said. Can't think of nothing else. See how it is? I ain't good enough for you, am I? I'm just a hired hand. Got dirt on my hands. Big slob. Ain't fit to touch you. Yeah, you're better. Miss Lori, so much better. Yeah. We'll see who's better. And you wish you wasn't so free with your ass. You're such a fine lady.
Are you making threats at me? Are you standing there telling me that if I don't allow you to slobber me like some hog, well, you're gonna do something about it? Well, you're nothing but a mangy dog. Somebody ought to shoot you. Think so much about being a hired hand? Well, I'll tell you something that'll rest your brain, Mr. Judd. You ain't a hired hand for me no longer. You can just pack up your duds and scoot. Oh, and I even got better ideas than that. You ain't to come on this place again, you hear? I'll send your bags any place you say. But don't you so much as set foot inside this pasture gate, or I'll stick the dogs onto you.
Said your say. Can't help it. Can't never rest. Told you the way it was. You wouldn't listen.
Who's that?
Me, Lori. You seen that Oaney? She's gone again.
Well, could you do something for me? Could you go and get Curly and tell him I'm here? I want to see Curly awful bad. Got to see him.
Why don't you turn around and look then, you crazy woman?
Well, you found yours. I gotta go hunt for mine.
Now, what on earth is ailing the Bella Claremore? Why, come if you ain't crying.
Curly, I'm afraid. Afraid of my life.
Jumping toadstools. Great Lord.
Don't you leave me.
Almighty.
Don't mind me crying. I can't help it.
Cry your eyes out.
I don't know what to do.
Here, I'll show you. My goodness. That old man can stand in public. Go away from me, you.
You don't like me.
My God, what? Just get blown away from me.
Curly, you're sitting on the stove.
Oh, my. As cold as a hunk of ice.
Wish you'd burned a hole in your pants.
You do you?
You hear me.
Look here, Lord. You stand over there where you are, and I'll stand over here where I am. And you tell me what you want with me.
Well, Judd was here. He scared me. He's crazy. He talked wild, and he threatened me. So I fired him. I wish I hadn't. There's no telling what he'll do now.
You fired him? Well, then, that's all there is to it. Tomorrow I'll get you a new hard hand, and, well, I'll stay on the place myself tonight if you're nervous about that now, dog. Now, quit your worrying about it, or I'll spake. Hey, while I'm thinking about it, how about marrying me?
Gracious. What do I want to marry you for?
Well, couldn't you maybe think of some reason why you might?
Can't think of none right now, hardly.
Lord, man, please. Marry me. I don't know what I'd do if you did.
Curly, I'll marry you. If you want me to.
I'll be the happiest man alive as soon as we're married. Well, I got to learn how to be a farmer, I see that. Quit thinking about throwing her up and get my hands blistered a new way. Oh, things is changing right and left. Buy up more machines, cut down the prairie. Shoot your horses and drag them plows under the sod. Why, they're going to make a state out of this territory. They're going to put it into the Union. The country is changing, and we got to change with it. Bring up a pair of boys, new stuff, to keep up with the way things is going in this here crazy country. Now, I got you to help me. I'm not the Soviet. I remember the first time I seen you. It was at the fair. You was riding that great filly of blue stars, and I said to someone, "Who's that skinny little thing with the bang hanging down on her forehead?"
Yeah, I remember. You was riding broncs that day.
That's right.
And one of them throwed you.
That did not throw me.
Guess you jumped off then. Yeah, sure.
Hey, if there's anybody around out this yard who can hear my voice, I want you to know that Laura Williams is my girl.
Curly,
And she's done got me to ask her to marry me.
they'll hear you all the way to Kentucky.
Let 'em. Like people say we're in love. Here's what happens now.
Just keep your hand in mine.
Look at her. Fell on his own knife. Is he all right? Don't touch him.
What's the matter?
Don't touch him. Roll him over. He's breathing, ain't he?
Feel his heart. What happened?
What are we gonna do? Ain't he all right? Is he just stunned?
Get away, some of you. Let me look at it.
Curly, is he?
Don't say anything.
It can't be that way.
I didn't go to.
It can't be like that to happen to us.
Can't do a thing now. Trying to get him to a doctor, but I don't know.
Some of you carry him over my rig. I'll drive over to Dr. Tyler's.
Quick! I'm afraid it's too late.
Ain't no reason. Well, I'm too careful, Larry. I got to go see if something can be done for her. Take care, Brandon.
Maybe it's better for you and Curly not to go away tonight.
I just don't see where all this had to happen. Everything was so fine.
Don't let your mind run on it.
I can't forget, I tell you. Never will.
That's all right, Laura, baby. If you can't forget, just don't try to, honey. Lots of things happen, folks. Sickness or being poor and hungry even, being old and feared to die. That's the way it is, cradle to grave. But there's one way you can stand it. You gotta be hardy. You got to be. You can't deserve the sweet and tender in life less than you are.
I wish I was the way you are.
Fiddlesticks, scrawny and old. We
Take Judd over to Dave Tyler's till the morning.
Is he alive?
Lord, honey. Gord Ellen here, he's a federal marshal. And, well, he thinks I ought to give myself up for tonight.